In Heights, Ohio, of all places today, the champion of the world in the cruiserweight division of the WBC is Carlos DeLeon from Puerto Rico, defending today against St. Gordon of Las Vegas. The cruiserweight division was created 2 years ago by the WBC to provide some room for what they call the small heavyweights. Most of the top heavyweights in the world running up 220 to 230 now, so it gives an opportunity for fighters in the weight range of 195 to contend for a world title. To prepare for his second title defense, coming from Rio Piedra, Puerto Rico, and he won the title from Marvin Camel, who had been the first holder of the WBC cruiserweight crown, having won it from Mate Parlov of Yugoslavia. But in 1980, it was Sugar DeLeon's time to take this new title with a 15-round decision over the man from Missoula, Montana, in this fight held at New Orleans. After the 15 rounds, the hand of the new champion was raised. Sugar DeLeon from Puerto Rico. And today he will be defending against a rough, tough customer born in Pasco, Washington. Here he is, St. Gordon. Ranked #1 in the world, he has been waiting impatiently for an opportunity to try for this crown, and today he gets it. He has knockout power, as evidenced here in this fight, March of 1980 against Eric Cedillo, then unbeaten at the time. He went down from a tough left hook in the 5th round. And so that is the danger facing the champion coming up here this afternoon on Sports Sunday. The champion in blue in his last outing in February earlier this year, a rematch against Marvin Camel, the man from whom he won the WBC cruiserweight crown in New Orleans in November of 1980. This time out in Atlantic City, DeLeon peppering away with sharp punches to the face and body of Marvin Camel, and finally after 7 rounds they decide that Camel is unable to continue, and so Sugar DeLeon has successfully defended his WBC crown. St. Gordon, now from Las Vegas, Nevada, born in Pasco, Washington, coming in with his own accompanist, playing When the Saints Are Marching In. I'm not sure the significance of that particular tune for ST. ST, by the way, is just his given name. It doesn't stand for anything more than that. According to the challenger, it is simply St. Gordon. Coming in behind his handlers, challenging for the cruiserweight crown at 195 pounds. An interesting sidelight, the challenger thought the weight limit was 190. And indeed, at a recent convention of the WBC, it was moved up to 195. So he came in at 189 today and said when he was told by CBS just a while ago that the limit was 195, that he would have come in more comfortably at 192 or 193. So that's just a little sidelight to these circumstances this afternoon, in which we see the champion's weight at 187. He evidently was aware of the new limit of 195, but is comfortable at 187, and here comes the champion of the world, WBC cruiserweight, Carlos Sugar DeLeon from Puerto Rico, and he has been saltying around all week here and out in Orwell, Ohio, in the training camp of Don King's farm. The salsa beat was heard blaring during all of his workouts, and as we talked to him earlier here today in the arena, again the incessant salsa beat, as it is important to his rhythm and gets him pumped up for the fight. And today he will be defending his crown for the second time. 23-year-old champion Carlos Sugar DeLeon. So we'll be back with round 1 of this 15. Ryan with Gil Clancy back here at the Front Row Theater, and the salsa beat continues to blare. Indeed, they brought one of those big boxes up to ringside here in the corner of the champion, Sugar DeLeon. And now, for the introductions of the fighters, let's go to ring announcer Mike Lewis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Highland Heights, Ohio, and the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Don King Productions is pleased to bring you today 15 rounds for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World. In the blue corner, weighing 189 pounds from Los Angeles, California, the #1 contender, St. Gordon. And in the red corner, from Puerto Rico, the current WBC World Champ, weighing 187 pounds, wearing yellow trunks with red stripes, the champ, Carlos Sugar DeLeon. A referee for today's match will be from the Philippines, currently residing in Las Vegas, Carlos Padilla.
So Carlos Padilla will be the third man of the ring today, with judging by 3 judges at ringside. We see the tail of the tape, and they are just about the same size in every way. The knockout power conceded to S.T. Gordon, 19 KOs in his 21 victories, and you saw the big left hand against Cedillo earlier. Carlos DeLeon, 23 knockouts in 31 fights, an impressive number, an impressive average, obviously, but not regarded as heavy a puncher as S.T. Gordon, the challenger today. They are both 23 years of age. Carlos DeLeon, born in Rio Piedra, Puerto Rico, now living just outside San Juan, and S.T. Gordon, born in Pasco, Washington, now living in Las Vegas. Gordon, interestingly, had no amateur bouts. When he started to box, it was as a professional. He has victories over the likes of Earl Tripp, Harry Terrell, Yaki Lopez, the best known among his defeated opponents. Carlos DeLeon wins over Eddie Davis and, of course, Marvin Camel, from whom he lifted the crown. Here on CBS, we televised the first ever WBC cruiserweight fight back in 1979 in split Yugoslavia, when Camel fought a draw with Mate Parlov, as we hear Carlos Padilla giving him the final ring instructions. And then in a rematch, Camel won the title from Parlov before losing it to Carlos DeLeon.
Okay, not too much on the face, not too much on the face.
Carlos Padilla asking them to take some of the considerable Vaseline that they put on the face of S.T. Gordon. And that's why there's a momentary delay.
You know the rules of boxing. Avoid using any kinds of foul. Don't throw any punches during the break. Chip seconds, you will be responsible for any misbehavior of persistent seconds, okay? Seconds, come on, fighting.
Carlos DeLeon is managed by Carl King, and his trainer is Victor Montañez. Eddie Mafus also in the corner with Bill Prezant. And S.T. Gordon is managed by Ed Butker and trained by Chuck Harris. And we are about ready to go with championship boxing action for the second day in a row from this theater in the Round in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, called Highland Heights. A little larger crowd on hand here today. Yesterday, those who were here were very knowledgeable boxing fans, appreciating the victory by Leroy Haley in an upset over Sal Mamby for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship that went the distance. DeLeon, the champion, in gold. The challenger, S.T. Gordon, in black. And DeLeon coming out quickly here, but very confident in his training sessions and in very good condition.
DeLeon is coming out, Tim, like he has to catch an early train.
This is not his style, generally speaking. Gordon is considered the more dangerous of the two, but DeLeon looking very, very confident. We watched him spar with former junior lightweight champion Alfredo Escalera in the gym earlier this week. That was quite a sight. Escalera, now 30 or 32 years of age and very good trim, but it was quite a contrast in weights, as you can imagine. DeLeon wanting to work with a quick-handed and speedy boxer, and got a good workout from Escalera. Seemed to enjoy it. Especially since DeLeon didn't unload on him.
Tim, when Gordon jabs, he puts his head way up in the air. He could be counted with a right hand over his jab. That's the Aaron Pryor jab. You jab and move your head up in the air. Well, Aaron Pryor gets away with it, so let's see if Gordon will get away with it.
Round one action. The judges scoring on the 10-point must system under WBC rules are Jimmy Bivens from Cleveland, Jose Guerra from Monterrey, Mexico, and Roberto Ramirez from Puerto Rico. The same 3 judges who worked yesterday's championship bout. Ramirez, the man who scored that fight for Sal Mamby, creating some controversy. Good right hand by DeLeon. Back the challenger, Gordon, into the ropes. Under a minute to go in round number 1. Best punch of the round scored by the champion.
Surprisingly enough, DeLeon is going right to Gordon. Gordon is supposed to be the puncher, but DeLeon doesn't respect him at all.
Gordon claimed the champion had been ducking him in the long delays between the two camel fights. Gordon was ranked #1, was supposed to get the opportunity ahead of the rematch that Camel received, and he's convinced that DeLeon has been ducking him. It sure doesn't look that way here in the first round. Under 30 seconds to go. Right to the body by Gordon. Good right hand by Gordon. Well, that backed up the champion.
If DeLeon took that one, I'll tell you, Tim, he couldn't have got hit harder, especially in the first round. Right on the button.
And they're toe-to-toe in the closing seconds of round 1. Well, Gil and I scored the first round for DeLeon, but the best punch was right there. A right hand from the challenger, S.T. Gordon. Now we're back live, round 2. A fast start. Not quite what we expected. We thought that the champion DeLeon would be using that salsa beat to move around the ring a little bit more, but he has been the aggressor. And he comes right out again here in round 2.
As with most good punches, Tim, Gordon is very, very stiff. And when you hit a fighter when they're stiff, most good punches don't take a good rap. So maybe DeLeon may be the guy that may be putting Gordon on the canvas. He's not loose at all.
DeLeon is very loose, and that's certainly a quality characteristic of his. Good rhythm, good balance, good hand.
And he can take a good punch, as we found out in the first round.
We saw that the title changed hands yesterday. That seems to be a pattern on recent CBS championship bouts. Gordon trying to do the same thing this afternoon.
Fighting Gordon is like playing Russian roulette. You never know when that big bomb is going to come. There it is.
There's one of them right there, and another 2 rights in a row. Again, DeLeon took him. Right in the left scoring. Now the champion in some trouble. Gordon pouring it on, and down he goes with a left hand. A left hand sending DeLeon to the canvas. He looked to the corner as he got up, and appears to be all right. Carlos Padilla checking him out carefully, and the crowd on its feet here in round 2. Gordon comes wailing in again.
He's strong, Tim.
He scored with a left hand. DeLeon covering most of them with his glove.
He's in
there's
trouble,
another
Tim.
left
He's
hand.
in bad trouble.
He is in trouble with another left hand. And Gordon wailing away. DeLeon holding onto the ropes to keep himself up. Gordon pouring it on in the Gordon corner. DeLeon trying to survive here in the second round of this title fight. Gordon wailing away, and DeLeon is just up by instinct now.
That's all, Tim. He doesn't know where he is right now.
Target practice. I don't think Padilla realizes how much trouble he's in. Gordon is landing everything now. DeLeon will not go down, but he cannot do a thing.
Tim, he can't stand. The ropes are holding him up.
Gordon is just firing away at will and landing everything now.
Tim, he has to stay in that corner. He can't. His feet won't hold him.
DeLeon is just standing up by
There, he can't stand by himself. He can't.
He came out with 2 punches, but he's staggering all over the ring, and this one cannot possibly last. And there it is. It's all over. Carlos Padilla stepping in finally to stop just an onslaught of punches by the new cruiserweight champion, S.T. Gordon of Las Vegas, Nevada, in the second round. And really, I'm surprised that Padilla did not step in earlier when DeLeon obviously propped up in the corner, defenseless, barely able to keep his hands up. I think the fight should have been stopped sooner, Gil. What do you think?
Tim, so do I. And if Gordon just would have stepped back, DeLeon could not have left the ropes. His legs wouldn't hold him.
There is the new champion, S.T. Gordon. DeLeon is still on his feet in his corner. His handlers attending to him. It was a big left hand that started it all, knocking DeLeon into the far corner, and then Gordon knocked him into Gordon's corner, and at 1:35 remaining in the round, Gordon finally was able to get Padilla to stop it. Now let's go in and see that first series of blows by the challenger. There he is with his mother, Barbara Gordon. The first knockdown coming up here with Gordon, having already set it up with a big left hand that knocked DeLeon back into the corner. Then it's another big left hand that sends him to the canvas. Now, once DeLeon did get to his feet, Padilla allowing him to continue, and at that point I agreed with the referee. He seemed to be all right, but then it was Gordon just pummeling him here, and you can see that DeLeon is up by instinct and helped by the ring ropes. Trying to throw a punch there, but on and on it went. Gordon, and the more it went, the more he started to land, Gil, too. Everything started to hit.
Tim, this is the way accidents happen in the ring. I'm really surprised. And Padilla is in good position to step in there, but he doesn't step in.
It's really what occurs from about this point forward, where I personally thought he should have come in. At this point, DeLeon is totally out of it, and S.T. Gordon has won himself the WBC Cruiserweight title, and he's in there with his very happy mother, Barbara Gordon. Doesn't appear happy, but you know she is. And so we'll return here to Highland Heights, Ohio to greet the new champion in just a moment. Mike Lewis.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 51 seconds of the second round. Referee stops contest. The winner and new WBC Cruiserweight champion of the world, S.T. Gordon.
S.T. Come on over here. Yes, we've got a monitor behind us here for S.T. Gordon to view what he accomplished here in this second round. Stunning victory for you. Congratulations to you, S.T. Did you have any idea that you would end it this early?
Yeah, I predicted one, but he got away from it.
You hit him with a big left hand that seemed to start all of it in round number 2. What about when you got him nailed in the corner there? Were you waiting for the referee to come in and stop it?
No, I just kept working till he fell. I wanted to knock him out cold. He got a lot of heart. Good fighter, very tough. Don't let nobody fool you.
Let's go back into that second round action. We're going to see the knockdown first. And it looked like your left hand was the big one, S.T. Do you have a favorite punch? Is that what you look to throw?
Both of them. Both of them favorite punches. My thing is to get him. Just to get him. Get him. Get him no matter what it takes. Get him. Knock him down.
Okay, here, let's see it again from another angle. Big left hand sends him to the canvas. Now, did you expect him to get up from that, S.T.?
No. He got up very quickly. All
right, here's the finish of the fight right here. This is where it looked to us like you really had him helpless, and he was propped up by the ropes here, and we expected Carlos Padilla to come in and stop it before he actually did.
Yeah, tough. He did right to stop it. If he didn't, I was going to make him stop it.
Looked like just the ropes holding him up, huh?
Yeah.
S.T., you started campaigning as a heavyweight. You're now at a comfortable weight for you. What do you see as the future? You want to stay in this division?
I want Larry Holmes. I want Larry. I want Mike Weaver. All of them. I want to pass none. I want to fight all of them. Anybody wants to fight, I want to fight.
Will you defend in this division before you move up to heavyweight again?
Whatever my trainer wants. Whoever he wants me to fight, that's why I fight.
I want him to fight Mike Weaver.
Mike Weaver. Well, he's got a fight coming up on CBS defending his title against Randy Cobb first. Jerry Cooney would be a rematch, right?
Yeah, because we beat him the first time and they called a no contest because ST, well, he couldn't hit ST and they called it no contest. But he never hit ST.
All right. Well, look, congratulations to you, S.T. Gordon. We wish you the best of luck in the future. Right now, we're going to return to our studios in New York. And
for us in Ohio. Tim?
All right, Brent. First of all, it should be reported that Carlos Sugar DeLeon is all right. 2 doctors examined him in the dressing room. He left the ring under his own power. He's going back to Puerto Rico tomorrow, required no hospitalization in the view of those 2 physicians. So he's okay, and that's obviously the most important thing to report. Let's take a look at that entire second round, and then we will talk with Carlos Padilla, and he'll tell us how he saw it. So we'll see the second round again. And Gil, first of all, I think the surprise in this fight was that DeLeon made himself available to be hit by Gordon, not what we expected.
Well, Tim, in this business, you have to use the tools that you have, and you have to do what you do best. Now, we watched DeLeon in the gymnasium. He had plenty of movement, body movement, and he had very, very good legs. He moved from side to side, and he even did a great alley shuffle. But somehow, in this fight, he started to stalk a puncher. He was going to try to out-punch a puncher, and that was a fatal mistake.
In the first round, which we scored for the champion, he did come right at Gordon and was successful at it. So perhaps he gained a little bit too much confidence because he didn't get hurt by Gordon in the first round, except for one punch late that Gordon landed a solid right hand. DeLeon had the better of that first round. So he comes out here in round 2 looking very poised, very confident, as he had been all during his preparation for this fight.
As you see, though, Tim, he's leading, he's walking in, he's actually trying to stalk Gordon. He's not moving side to side, just trying to stand there and punch with Gordon.
Gordon, of course, known as a heavy puncher, a dangerous guy. He's not a classy boxer. Gil, you pointed out he's kind of a stiff and tightly muscled kind of a performer. But when he hits with power and leverage. And you will see a solid right hand. That was the first damaging blow of the round. And then he lands a couple of more. Now pouring it on, it'll be a left hand, there it is, that sends DeLeon to the canvas for the first time. Now there's no question in our mind that the experienced referee, Carlos Padilla, is right on the case here. He takes a good look. DeLeon appeared to us all right to continue. He appeared the same to the referee, and we had no quarrel with this at all. Now he takes a solid left uppercut, and Gordon, sensing the opportunity to finish him off, batters him up against the ropes. At this point, DeLeon, while obviously in trouble, is still managing, well, somewhat illegally, holding onto the rope there, is still managing to keep his hands up. Now when he gets backed into the corner, he's taking more punishment here, still trying to push, still keeping the hands up to try and stop blows, and indeed stopping some of them. But watch a right hand right there. From this point forward, in our judgment, he was done. Because now it's a struggle for him to get the hands up, and Gil, his legs are going.
Tim, that's the thing. He's leaning against the ropes. If Gordon stepped back, he couldn't even stand. The ropes were the only thing that were keeping him up, and that's very, very dangerous when it gets to that point in a fight.
At this point, it's target practice for DeLeon, and when we saw that big right hand, we thought that Padilla would step in. You see the referee here. He worked the Ali Frazier fight in Manila. He worked Duran Leonard in Montreal. He is an experienced veteran referee, and is a very respected member of that profession. We're going to hear from him shortly. Here now, as he saw DeLeon staggering across the ring, in his judgment, that was the time to stop it. And again, we do want to reiterate that DeLeon left the ring under his own power. There he is being attended in his quarter. He left the ring under his own power. He was examined in the dressing room following the fight and was ruled to be all right. And now with us here at Highland Heights is the referee Carlos Padilla. And Carlos, we have told you in advance, you saw the round earlier and you've seen it again. We did tell you in advance that we were critical of the way that you handled the finish of the fight, and we'd like to give you an opportunity to explain, and we will see that sequence in the corner again in slow motion, okay? So while we see that, perhaps you can tell us what your viewpoint was. What was your thinking at the finish?
Well, you know, boxing, this is a game of knocking its brains out, you know. You expect somebody will get hurt when they get hit. But in this moment, you know, you can just stop a fight, especially if it's a title fight. And I was trying to look at it, that DeLeon is trying to recover. Trying to, you know, that's why he's blocking the punch. His two hands is...
Well, he was until that right hand.
Yeah,
now
but
he's not blocking them.
No, it's still up. He's trying. I know. You know, when somebody is hurt and I'm refereeing, I just look at the boxer who is hurt. You know, and a seconds or 2 seconds, couple seconds, he could recover. But in that situation, he cannot get out because he is in that corner. So it's very hard. And if somebody is holding him at the back.
Are you looking at his eyes? What are you looking at in this circumstance?
Well, at his face, and the punches that's been landed on him. It's not all the punches that Gordon throws landed. Sometimes he got hit, but he rolls it. It looks hard, but if you're a boxer, if you roll the punch, it makes a pebble, you know.
Okay, Gil?
Well, I thought you had perfect position, Carlos, and I have to disagree, though, because he landed some solid punches, and he wasn't rolling with them because he didn't know where he was.
Yes, but you cannot just stop the fight like that. At least you justified it. That's why when he moved in that corner, I know, and everybody knows that he's out.
Okay.
So
Brent Musburger in New York has a question for you, Carlos. Brent, there's a sellout crowd here.